Hi, I'm Phil Bryant. I hope you know by now I'm running for Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Mississippi. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Morehead, Mississippi in Sunflower County. My dad was a diesel mechanic, mother was a housewife. I'm the youngest of three boys. I've borrowed and worked my way through three colleges in the state of Mississippi, beginning with Hines Community College. One of the best values I think we have in education is our junior and community colleges. 30 years ago, I met a little girl at Hines Community College and married her, named Deborah. We have two wonderful children. Patrick now is 19, going to Holmes Community College, and Katie, well, Katie's a first-year law student at Ole Miss. You know, growing up in a blue-collar world, I never dreamed of such opportunities. You know, we always thought that we'd just get our tools and learn some trade and go to work, but fortunately, because of our educational system in this state, a lot of us poor kids had a chance to rise higher than our expectations. See, now I'm running for Lieutenant Governor. I've served as state auditor for almost 11 years in the state of Mississippi, first being appointed in 1996 by Kirk Fordyce, and then being elected in 1999 as the only Republican statewide, and again in 2003 when I won 81 out of 82 counties. Thank you for that. It has been the American dream. To be able to serve in the Mississippi legislature for 5 years, it is far beyond what most of us could have expected in the late 1950s and early 1960s. But you see, our state decided we were going to do something. We were going to invest in education. We were going to go out and try to bring industry to Mississippi. I don't think that's ever been done any better than the last 4 years. Now, we've got a lot of work to do in education. Governor Barber said in his State of the State that we should fully fund education, MAEP. I agree with him. We should do it first. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way, and we'll see how much money we have to spend on other things, other vital things like public safety, transportation, and health care. See, there's other things that we need in education, too. Accountability. 2 years ago, I went to the State Superintendent of Education, Hank Bounds, who's a dear friend and a wonderful man. I said, Dr. Bounds, we need to put accountability out there. I want the money going to the classroom. And we developed an audit program that we put into the law that says that you have to clearly identify the administrative costs and the classroom costs. So we know that those dollars are following the children. I think you're going to see a lot better product in the 152 school districts we have statewide. Now, that's another issue. For example, you take DeSoto County, one of the fastest growing school districts in the state of Mississippi. They have one superintendent, one school district in DeSoto County. Bolivar County has 6. Now, we're not going to take anybody's schools away from them, so don't get that idea and don't let anybody tell you that. But what we are going to try to do is consolidate some of the purchasing power. We're going to bring some of the administrative costs together so we can put more money where it should be, in the education of the child and in the classroom where the teachers need it. Now, we've done a pretty good job at teacher pay raises, and we're going to continue that. Hopefully, we'll keep up with the southeastern average. Hopefully, the dollars will be there to do that. But there's other things that need it. As I talk to teachers across Mississippi, some of them are concerned about their safety. Well, they're actually afraid of some of their own students at the high school level. That's why we talk about Troops to Teachers, a program that brings in retired military personnel. The Department of Defense has attempted to expand this program since the 1990s. They certify retired military personnel and put them in the classroom as teachers, particularly in math and science. I say you put enough retired master sergeants in the classroom, we'll get control of them. Superintendents of education, about half the state, almost 40 of the superintendents, not half, but about 40 or more of those superintendents are elected statewide. Now, I'd like to take the politics out of electing superintendents. I'd like to make them appointed. Now, we can elect school boards, but school boards would have the authority and the power to go out and hire a superintendent from anywhere in the state. Now, I just think we need to take that burden of electing a superintendent to run your schools off the back of professional educators and let them again focus on a child-centered educational system. It's something that we're talking about that we're going to do. Accountability, appointing superintendents, fully funding education. Now, taxes. I'm the only guy in this race for lieutenant governor to cut taxes. I altered the capital gains tax cut 1994. We eliminated capital gains in Mississippi, and we made money. We've got people investing all across the state of Mississippi because they don't have to pay capital gains, that death tax that people talked about. Those are targeted tax cuts. Now, what I want us to do is look at an overall review of the tax code. You know, during an election year, it's easy to say, I want to cut taxes. I want to cut taxes, and I want to fully fund education. I want to fully fund health care. Well, it's hard to do all of that. I'm not going to stand by and let election year rhetoric ruin the budget of this state and slow down the economic development that we've got going. You see, we do have serious challenges out there, and we've got to meet them. Now, I'd like to see an income tax cut for the working people of this state, the people that are pulling the wagon. They're out there putting their shoulder to the wheel. If we're going to put some money back in their pockets, let it be their paychecks that are larger. You know, everyone pays sales tax across this state. Even illegal immigrants pay sales tax, and I think it is something that we need to be aware of before we go out there and just campaign on a slogan of cutting taxes. So we're going to take an overall review of that. The economy. Oh, the economy's better than it's ever been. Now, when I was a kid in Moorhead, Mississippi, I never imagined we'd be making automobiles in Mississippi. Nissan in Canton, Toyota in Blue Springs, Mississippi. The largest and most progressive automobile plant in the world is going to be just outside of Tupelo. Now, I think that happened because of a couple of reasons. One, tort reform. We took lawsuit abuse away. You see, people stopped coming to Mississippi because trial lawyers were suing them. I remember the time I couldn't buy a piece of software for a computer program because that company wouldn't do business in Mississippi because they were afraid of being sued. Well, we did something about that now, and people, doctors and businesses can go out and operate without being in fear. If you don't think it's working, if you don't think lawsuit abuse has been slowed, talk to your doctor. Ask them why more doctors are coming here to Mississippi. Now, because more than ever, they feel as if this is not jackpot justice in Mississippi. All they're asking for is fairness. Voter ID. It's an issue that people have talked about 5 or 6 years now. When I was in the legislature, we were talking about getting a real voter ID program. You know, when you come in to rent a movie, you have to show a voter ID, a photo ID, as a matter of fact. Well, when you go in to vote, I don't think it hurts anybody's feelings. I don't think it intimidates anybody to say, Mr. Bryant, can I see your photo ID before you vote? You know what I'm going to tell them? Sure you can. We all got one. It's right here. It's called a Mississippi driver's license. And I'll pull that out of my pocket and show it to them, and they'll know that's me voting. That way we'll protect the integrity of the election system. Illegal immigration. Now, some people say we have over 100,000 illegal immigrants in this state. I did a report, a state auditor, that shows it costs us more than $25 million a year for health care, money that's being earned in this state and sent out to countries all across America, many of whom are not friendly to us. Law enforcement tell me horror stories about illegal immigrants that are out committing crimes every day. Nobody wants to face this. Why? If you say anything about it, you're called xenophobic. Well, being called names has never stopped me from doing what's right. We're going to tell illegal immigrants that we are a nation of laws, and you've got to abide by them. Now, we love immigrants that come through the system. Now, I talked to a gentleman last night that owned a restaurant, and he went through the hard way. He did what Immigration Customs told him to do, become an American citizen, and we're proud of him. So let's look at the economy. Let's look at education. Let's look at voter ID. Let's look at the challenges that we have now with this illegal immigration population and decide who you want to be lieutenant governor. Somebody that's been serving the state of Mississippi for 15 years, as an elected official in the House of Representatives and state auditor, and has that experience and optimistic attitude. You see, I think Mississippi's greatest days still lie ahead of us. I'm Phil Bryant. I'm running for lieutenant governor, and I need your vote on November the 6th. God bless you.